Very good afternoon, all of you. Welcome back to physics class, which is motion of standard 9 as per CBSE syllabus. This video we are sharing for education purposes only on behalf of Ambition Vedic classes. So, in our last class, we have studied about types of motion. I hope you all remember. There are two different types of motion: uniform motion and non-uniform motion, right? In today's class we are going to revise the few formulae that we have studied, very important, and it will be useful, and based on those formulae then we'll try to solve some numericals. If any doubt, you can contact me anytime or you can message Ashok sir. Okay, now, so in the previous class we have studied about this should be types of motion, so there is a mistake. In last class we have studied about different types of motion. We have seen what is uniform motion. What is uniform motion? If an object covers equal distances in equal time, then the motion is said to be a uniform motion, right? So, or we have also seen if the speed is constant. That means if the vehicle started at a speed of 40 meter per second and continuously till the end or till before stopping, if the speed of the vehicle remains 40 only, so we can say the speed is constant. Now whenever vehicle is traveling at a constant speed, that means obviously it is going to cover same distance in same time because the speed is constant. You're getting me? Whenever we are riding a bicycle at the same pace, you would have found out that we are covering equal distances in same time. Okay, so whenever the speed of the vehicle is maintained constant or the speed is constant, then the motion is said to be uniform motion. Or otherwise, we have also seen that a body or an object or whichever vehicle, maybe a car or a truck, if it covers same distances in same time. Okay, so for example, we have seen in the last class, the car was covering 10 meter distance of 10 meter in every 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds or equal time, the vehicle was covering 10 meters, means equal distances. Such a motion is known as a uniform motion. Either the speed is constant or it should be clear that the vehicle is covering same distances in same time. The second type of motion that we have studied is non-uniform motion. Again, opposite to uniform motion. In uniform motion, we saw that the speed is constant. Here, but we will find out, or we have seen that the speed is changing. So like in daily life, when we pick up a vehicle and we start running on a road, sometimes we stop, we apply brake, then we stop at signals, and then we start running it back again. So the speed decreases, then speed increases, again decreases, again increases. So here we can say that the speed is basically changing. So whenever the speed is changing, the motion is said to be non-uniform, non-constant motion. You're getting me? So here the speed is here the motion of the vehicle in our daily life is basically non-uniform motion. Now imagine if all the vehicles started in daily life, if they started moving with a constant speed or uniform motion, what will happen? All the vehicles will crash into each other on the signal, and there will be huge, actually, bunch of vehicles standing at one place. Okay, so here that is why non-uniform motion that we see in our daily life. So if the speed is constant, uniform motion, object covers equal distances in equal times, same times. If it is the speed of the vehicle is not changing or not constant, if it is changing or not constant, then we say the motion is non-uniform motion. The object covers equal same distances in different time, or different distances in same time. That is what we have seen if the speed is changing, non-uniform motion. Then till now we have studied total 4 very important formulae. Okay, so that we will see. Number one, we have seen that speed is equals to distance traveled divided by time. Okay, So speed, we know that it is a scalar quantity because speed is a scalar quantity. Acha, why speed is a scalar quantity? Because if you see here on the right hand side, distance numerator is a scalar quantity and time again it is a scalar quantity. So scalar quantity divided by scalar quantity, answer is also a scalar quantity. So speed is a scalar quantity, and because it is a scalar quantity, it can never be in negative. Speed is always positive. Plus 10, plus 20, plus 60. We have never seen the vehicles that we are running. For example, let's say if there is a bike in your house or car in your house, so then you would have seen that the speed is always 30, 40, 60. It is never minus 30 because speed can, this physical quantity over here, okay, speed can never be basically negative. Okay, so first formula, speed is always equal to distance traveled by an object divided by the time what it is taking to cover the distance. Then the second important formula in the last class we have studied is average speed. Average speed is for non-uniform motion, remember. So if the vehicle is stopping and then again it is starting and running for some time and then again it comes to stop, so the speed of the vehicle keeps on changing. Instead of, like for uniform motion, you can, we can calculate speed when the speed is constant. Okay, so throughout the path whichever it has traveled, the speed will remain 30 or it could remain 40, but here in daily life it is not possible. So we found out ki on an average, assumingly, what would be the constant speed of the vehicle for non-uniform motion. Okay, so throughout the path, if we see, that will give us average speed. Average speed is always for non-uniform motion, so it is always the total distance. Every time we stopped, we have traveled a certain distance and then we have come to a halt. Okay, so calculating the total distance which the vehicle has traveled from the starting point to the ending point divided by how much time, the total time it has taken from starting point to initial, from initial to final position or final point. So speed is distance upon time. Average speed for non-uniform motion is total distance traveled divided by total time taken. The third formula that we have seen is velocity. Velocity is equals to displacement upon time. Velocity is nothing but speed. But in addition to speed, if we talk about a direction, a fixed direction, okay, straight path, a vehicle is moving completely straight only in one direction. So then the speed is called velocity. You're getting, so velocity is a vector quantity. Now why velocity is a vector quantity? Because if you see, it has a numerator a vector quantity. So displacement is basically a vector quantity. Because it is a vector quantity, it can be minus, therefore velocity can also be minus. Velocity is equals to displacement divided by time. And the fourth formula that you should remember, average velocity. Like we have seen average speed, we can also calculate average velocity for non-uniform motion, which is nothing but total displacement of a vehicle. Okay, distance between, straight distance or shortest distance between initial and final position of the object divided by the time taken, or the total time taken by a person or an object to cover that much of displacement or to get displaced by that much amount. Okay, so four formulae, and remember, all the formulae have the same SI unit, meter per second. Speed is measured in meter per second. Average speed is also measured in meter per second. Velocity is also measured in meter per second, and average velocity is also measured in meter per second. Why? Because numerator, in the numerator of all the formulae, the distance is there. So distance is always measured in SI system in meters, and time is always measured in seconds. So four formulae, speed is equals to distance upon time. Okay, average speed is equals to total distance traveled by total time taken. Velocity, displacement upon time, and average velocity, total displacement upon total time. And all the four formulae have the same SI unit, meter per second. all of them gives us speed, velocity gives us speed plus the direction. Okay,